What's up? I'm Deek from RelaxShacks.com, hanging out in Bridgewater, Mass right now. This is a treehouse. I just completed my last of the season because, well, it's getting cold here in New England. This was one, I guess, client-wise, I was discovered through my HGTV series a ways back that I was hosting, building, designing for tiny house builders. And without further ado, here it is. Pretty simple. Story's kind of interesting. The father, this is for kids, built a treehouse for his kids earlier in the season. 10 days after he completed it in a storm, freak accident, huge tree fell and destroyed it. And part of my job was to dismantle the remains of the treehouse and salvage what I could barter style to bring down the price of this gig here. And this is the excess, that part of the agreement I get to take home. Not much left. But it's a very simple treehouse. I originally built it with some knee braces, and I wasn't going to fake the funk or cheat things and put any posts in, because the purists will say that it's not a tree house if there's posts. But when I build things for kids, I try not to go 8 feet above the ground. I try to use a certain size tree. These are both oaks, and I figure for insurance, for my own peace of mind at night, sleeping at night, why not put posts in? Not going to hurt, spend a little extra money. Insurance, like I said. So it's simple. A lot of the plywood here, excuse the blurry hand, that was salvaged from the old build and some of the other wood. But all the pressure treated base, I think almost everything I bought. So some big posts here, one beefed up, it's in concrete. And I use the existing ladder that has the plywood behind it, not all weather plywood, it will hold up for now. So why not? Underneath, some doubled up 2x8s. Behind this part of it, it's notched, I can't talk, it's cold out, notched silly putty, slot style to allow for movement. But we're building pretty low on the tree, so as I checked it out in some especially windy days, these trees weren't moving too much. Some diagonal knee braces underneath the center girders here, and to the posts as well for stability to prevent racking. And this thing really isn't going to move. It's somewhat balanced, a third to 2/3 or so on this base. And, doubled up on this side, one over on this side. I'm going to put some backup braces before I leave today under here as well to cradle it, just in case something ever were to give. This is an old trick I've used many times. And back when I did an Eagle Scout project, we built a bridge into kind of repurpose some telephone poles and give it some railings. This was the outside the railing triangulation we used with my father, Diedricksen. Right here I'm talking about, that works pretty well. Otherwise, without that, this railing, if you lean against it, blurry hand again, lean against it, it's just going to fall out and someone's going to get really hurt. So by putting in this triangulation of strength right here that carries underneath the structure, you're really beefing that up and giving it some rigidity. This board, I decided not to cut, leave it like this. It's a convenient handrail for ascending the stairs. Tiny little deck, more or less, just to get in there. Didn't want to put a window on this side. Would have looked nice, but it eats up the wall space, and I figured the kids want some shelf space, want to hang some Justin Bieber, Iron Maiden, whatever posters, whatever the kids are into these days. Some Tough Tex roofing up above, Tough Tex polycarbonate right here as well. I use this stuff all the time, lightweight, easy to install. And a pet peak window, constructed for fences for pets. I love them, they're great for forts. That said, let's head up. One take, ain't got time to edit. These were recycled from the previous build, the bullnose decking, 5/4 inch stuff. Simple little deck here, landing, that looks out into this kind of private area, these woods here, nice buffer zone for the rest of the neighbors. Rule of thumb, here's the other tree I use. I try not to do anything that's under, 12 inches or so in diameter, and both these were just above that. Some cedar, as it blurs by, from Goodrich Lumber, Albany, Vermont. I go there all the time. And inside, well, it's only 7 by 7 feet, a little more spacious than you might imagine. That's because of a couple things going on. One, I wish I had a wider angle lens though, going against what I'm saying. This was, believe it or not, a window I found on the side of the road. I cleaned up some of the putty work. You have this nice view of the woods beyond, and that's kind of why I placed it there. I left all the framework exposed. This could be insulated down the road if you wanted to, very easily. Foam board insulation, loose bat fill insulation, the Owens Corning stuff. A couple spaces here and there I got to button up. But this is the Tough Tex from the inside, and with, come nightfall, these little purl-inch supports that hold it, I widen to serve as shelves for toys, glassware, whatever. When this thing lights up, it's going to look awesome, like most of my, not that my other tree houses are awesome, but under the theory of my other tree houses, when it lights up at night, it will look like this cool, modern Asian lantern. I've recently found a ton of bunk bed ladders on the side of the road when people chunk their kit bunk beds. So I've been saving those. This past month I found 3 of them that were in great shape. So why not reuse them? I was using owl in most of my videos. So boom, there you go. I think it was a gift from my brother, maybe my wife, I can't recall. Pillows. If you check out my book, Micro Shelters, easy way to spice up, pepper up a little space is pillows. They add some color. They're kind of like functional art. You know, you can use them. They're comfortable. And they look kind of neat. Chair I found, dumpster diving. Little table I found on the side of the road. Yeah, I kept this one pretty sparse. I'm working on a book right now, and this might end up in it. A sequel of sorts to Micro Shelters, which just came out recently. This is a simple, like woven, there's my camera strap, sorry. A woven mat, just very colorful. Want to add some vibrance to the space. It's pretty durable from IKEA. Not getting paid to say that, I wish. You listening, IKEA? And just one more quick pan of it. Very simple. You know, you could paint the rest of the interior. But what I chose to do, kind of economy style, is to just highlight one of the walls. I might add, this was a previous workshop. The walls and the parts of this we prefabbed and framed with a tiny house / treehouse building workshop that I held, which was a lot of fun. That was earlier this year. And these are the pieces from it. Cool little group we had, about 15 people or so. And one more shot. There's a pet peek window as I zoom past the owl. Very easy to install. And that cool Tuftex window. Love it. It's the reason I use this stuff over and over. Floor was just a bunch of recycled planks I had. Excess wood, used what I got. And just paint it with a couple coats of blue. Stuff that I had left over from either an HGTV shoot or someone gave to me. I can't recall. Just recycled stuff, more or less. And that's pretty much it. Again, I'm Deek from RelaxShacks.com. Thanks for watching. I can't talk. It's really cold. My lips are like, da, 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 da. Subscribe if you'd be so kind, and we'll see you later. One take, like I said.